Testing, hot outbound call. 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to hear?
Are you ready?
Make the approach. Plant your feet firmly in the ground. Head down. Eyes on the ball. Relax. That's it. Get your left arm straight. Your right arm straight. Relax. Lower your right shoulder. Go!
The Honeymooners Podcast, the only podcast that is all about the greatest show of all time. With the stars, Joe Conti and Louis Fatts.
Welcome, fellow raccoons and members of the Women's Auxiliary. What's happening, all you Hurricanes, Bensonhurst Bombers, and all you Marty the Getaway drivers of the world? You're listening to the Honeymooners Podcast with me, Joe Conti, and my pal, Louis Fatts.
Minneapolis? Gentlemen, this train isn't going to Minneapolis. We're going in the other direction to Norfolk, Virginia. Must have been related to Mr. Marshall.
The only discussion-based podcast all about the greatest show of all time. We recorded in the Non-Productive Studios at 328 Chauncey Street in Brooklyn, New York. Subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcast. And if you're on iTunes, give us a 5-star rating and leave a positive review. The home base is non-productive.com/honeymooners if you just want to listen online, or just go to anywhere you listen on podcasts. And don't forget to like our Honeymooners Podcast Facebook page and follow us on Twitter. And don't forget, if you want to leave a voicemail, call 240-442-2635 or email us at
bangzoom1956@gmail.com.
What's going on, Lou?
Joe, number 60. It's a milestone. That was round numbers, 60.
Yeah.
It's a lot. So we have a Hall of Fame quarterback, Otto Graham, a quarterback, wearing number 60. So this was like before they went to that number thing where numbers became eligible. Like so from 50 to 79 were not ineligible numbers. In other words, to touch the ball, receive a pass. What was that? So that's what they did. Because I believe Otto at the end of his career had to wear 14 when they did that number thing.
Oh, okay.
But he was kind of a trailblazing quarterback.
Was he on the Giants?
No, he was Cleveland Browns. I believe.
Yeah, that's right.
And he was kind of a trailblazer. He moved around in the pocket, threw the ball, and all over the place. Yeah. Scrambled.
I love his crackers, by the way.
Yeah, excellent. Especially the chocolate ones. The chocolate cream make a great crust.
Well, speaking of delicious, we want to also talk about our sponsor real quick. Silk City Hot Sauce, right?
Yeah.
Our pal, Jeff Kingfish Levinsky. Go get yourself some great hot sauce. SilkCityHotSauce.com.
Yeah.
Go to the website, order some great hot sauce, and then when you get to the checkout, put RX in the coupon code and get yourself 15% off of your order and a free bottle of cherry sriracha. My favorite, the Chipotle.
And mine is Badass Jew.
Yeah. Exactly. So, Lou, it's number 60.
Yep.
And I never thought we were going to be doing more of the same. Not the same, but more of the same episode. I'm baffled at this. I came in with all of this stuff we were going to do, and we were going to get into this and that. And then Lou was like, we got to do more of this. And I'm like, okay, we're going to have to do more.
Here we go again.
All right.
You'll know what it is when we get there. They'll be like,
you'll know.
Not that again.
But first of all.
Hot dogs again?
What do you mean hot dogs again? But first of all, we want to just the after effect, the aftermath of it. Now I just want to go back and thank Doreen and Mark from last week. We got a bunch of great responses from them, and with Doreen doing her impression of her grandfather, the great Mike O'Dowd, doing, "Hey, get a lot of fatso there."
She nailed it.
And they're gonna call back, and they're gonna kind of redo the second part of the iconic scene.
We got that in the works.
Yes, it's gonna be
I think
great.
They're practicing right now.
Yes,
this Mark has a small role in it too.
Yes, a little role.
Yeah,
but we also wanted to have Louie go through a couple of emails because we were talking about last week 328
Chauncey.
Going through all the people that we thought lived in the
bill. You know, people that were mentioned, obviously. And then some people, and I asked for it to email if okay, me and Joe missed something. Just email us.
Correct.
Tell us what you think. You know, if we miss somebody. So we got a response, a pretty good response from people. And this is what we got. The Austins, Steve Austin.
Right.
Stone Cold.
That's what I think of.
He thinks how
I think of the $6 Million Man, and other people think of wrestling.
Right. Well, so we got the Austins because remember he was the first measled one. Then we have this one is kind of me and Joe were iffy on this one. That's probably why we didn't include it. Was Old Man Grogan?
Yeah.
Remember Alice looks out the window and she sees his his long underwear hanging from the line. I'm like, well, okay, could he be or could he be a next door neighbor? Because she was hanging her clothes out on the roof, right? So why would she be able to see Old Man Grogan's long underwear on a clothesline or hanging out the window, whatever? So Grogan, he's iffy.
Oh, by the way, another one. You have Old Man Grogan. And you have Officer Grogan.
Officer Grogan. There you go. There's
another one, a double.
Name's the same.
Name's the same. Yeah.
He just blew my name.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you. I have to go fishing for another for another trivia question now.
Yes.
Okay. Now we also have somebody wrote in about Tommy Mullins and Tommy Doyle.
Right. We forget Tommy Doyle in Funny Money.
Yeah.
Wuu got arrested for pushing the $100 fake bill.
So Alice said, I got to go down and explain this to Tommy Doyle's mother. So are they going down in the building or next door, across the street? Just,
Yeah, because you could never tell if Alice is going for a trek across Brooklyn or just going downstairs because she just wears her apron.
Wears her apron in any weather and in any journey. So Now, Tommy Mullins is home from the Navy. I thought he'd come up to see. I met him ran into him downstairs.
Right.
Now, did she run into him downstairs by his apartment, or did she just run into him downstairs outside?
Right.
In the building? We don't know. So those are the iffies. I would say out of the four, I would say probably the Austins are probably the best.
That's what I'm thinking.
To be a resident of 328.
Yeah, because why? It's like Norton would. I'm guessing back then you would know all the kids in your building.
Oh yeah.
So that's kind of I don't know how would he know the kids from down the block?
Yeah, really. Well, I mean, because Norton. I mean, he was the stickball coach, so like they're neighborhood kids. I mean, obviously a lot of kids from the building, but there's also the neighborhood.
The neighborhood kids, yeah.
Which is, I'm going to say this is an observation you just mentioned. It clicked something.
Okay,
save that for a future show.
Yeah.
61.
Yes.
Okay, Joe, that's what I got with 328. So thanks to everybody emailing. It was good. Got everybody thinking out there.
Absolutely.
Got all your architectural juices flowing. Like, how is this possible? What's the front? What's the back?
Yes. Well, we have, this is going to be a little treat for everybody because we haven't done one of these in a while.
Yeah.
But we're actually doing more than one today.
Yeah.
It's a double feature.
Double feature
of the great.
And now, the Honeymooners podcast presents.
It's not in the top hand drawer!
The Flub of the Week.
All right.
This sounds good.
It's so good
to be back.
The great flub of the week. Absolutely. Now, the first flub is, I think, Lou does not know about this flub.
I don't know.
I told him, I said it's part of my spontaneity, and it's a special flub by a special person. And this is a two-part flub, and the second one. So it's three flubs.
Oh,
really.
Okay. Oh, so the first one that I don't know about is a two-part.
It's kind of a two-part.
Okay, great.
You'll see.
Right,
I'm being very cryptic here, but you'll understand what I'm saying when you hear the flub from a very special person. Here we go. Subscribe to the show where you get your podcasts, and if you're on iTunes, give us a 5-star rating and leave a positive review. Don't forget to give us a phone call. If you want to call us and leave a voicemail. Don't forget to give us a phone call.
If they find out you got a phone call.
Yes.
We want to use your phone.
Yes. So that is the initial flub, right? my initial flub with me with the phone call, right? And of course, that would be also. I thought and that would be this one.
First thing you know, the neighbors find out I got a phone call. They start coming in here, sponging on me. Can I call this one up? Can I call that one up?
See, Joe, you threw Ralph off on that when you said phone call.
I said, yeah, Ralph threw me off.
No, you threw him
Did
off.
I throw him
you
off
threw
on
him
that?
off. Yeah, you said it first.
Because I don't know. 1955 or 2020. But here's mine again. Here's my flub. Subscribe to the show where you get your podcasts. And if you're on iTunes, give us a 5-star rating and leave a positive review. Don't forget to give us a phone call if you want to call us and leave a voicemail. Now, does that actually grammatically make sense?
I think it
give
does.
Us a phone call. But nobody says
that. Give us a phone. It's like give us a call.
Give us a call.
The phone is like understood.
It's understood.
It's understood.
Right? I don't care. It's still a flub on my part.
Because it sounds awful.
Stupid.
So we're gonna put it down. It's
How
correct.
Could you be so stupid, Conte?
That ought not to be too hard.
Yes. So that's my little special flub that I made, and I just wanted to share it with Lou and everybody. And you get to hear my voice for a second time besides hearing what I'm doing now.
I thought you were going to hit us with the Oral Hershiser one.
Yeah, that would have been good. Now we have a second flub that Louis just today showed me.
Yes.
Never, ever, ever
And
heard
the reason
it.
I just showed him today was because I just found it today.
You just found it today? Absolutely.
I was going through coming in my opening line, the Minneapolis line. That's when I found it. When I was playing the little clip to make sure I get the words right, verbatim.
Right.
Because there are people out there listening very carefully.
Yeah, DEFCON 3s, yeah, absolutely.
So, and I heard it while I was like, what? Joe, listen to this. What did he just say? So, go ahead, Joe.
All right, here we go.
Until he gets up there, and then he wants a match. And on top of everything, I gotta be handcuffed to this idiot all the way to Minneapolis.
Did you catch that, people? All right, get ready.
Here we go.
It's just here we go.
Until he gets up there, and then he wants a match. And on top of everything, I gotta be handcuffed to this idiot all the way to Minneapolis.
It's handcuffed.
We're like, what? Joe, did he just say this? Listen to this.
And I was like,
Dusty
oh
on
my
that
God.
hole.
Dusty on the hole. I have never heard that.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think that is? You know how like sometimes
handcuffed.
it's right, but like why?
Why do you
like
say-
sometimes it's like that spoonerism thing where you mix in two words.
Yeah.
It's not.
I don't think. I just think it was he's just him.
Handcuffed to this
idiot.
I know what it is.
Yeah.
Minneapolis. Handcapped
Minneapolis. Could be, yeah.
Maybe because he's already thinking of Minneapolis.
Yeah.
I got to be handcuffed to this idiot all the way to Minneapolis. It might be.
Yeah, could
but
be.
Handcapped.
Handcapped.
My friend, he's handcapped, all right? He gets a special spot on the train. Beautiful, beautiful flub. Very, very cool. Like to catch that.
Man.
I think unless I was looking for it, I don't think I would have heard that one. First of all, I never did.
Yeah, I didn't either. I just did it because I played it back like 4 times in a row so I can get the conductor's his line right. And
right.
I'm like, what?
You know what it is because we don't remember the first time we heard an episode or watched an episode.
Right.
We just don't.
We don't.
So when you hear it, you know what they're saying, and you just assume that's what they're saying.
Yep.
But you think he says handcuffed,
but
it's handcapped.
Oh my God, that was a good one.
That was a beaut.
And I'm glad because, like we always say, we're running out of flubs here.
Right, but to get a flub here and there is very nice. A little
brand new
special,
one, yeah.
little added bonus here on the Honeymooners podcast with an extra flub, my idiotic flub, and then the great one's flub, handicapped, handcapped. I'm sorry, not handicapped.
Handcapped.
All right, well now. All right, hold on to your hats, kids, because we're going to go into this again.
Do something we've never done
before. No, we're going to talk about an episode. I'm not sure if it's in one of the 39. It's called Trapped. Again, we're trapped. It's like we can. You said it before. It is the most flawed wonderful episode It really is.
It's flawed from start to finish, and it's great. It just gives us so much material. This is probably the 10th time we talked about it.
Had to be.
So you figure we got 60 episodes. So 1 in 6 episodes is about Trapped.
Yeah. 17.5% of the time we're talking about Trapped. It's really just insane. It really is. It's insane. And I have the clip, and then Louie's going to have me pause it when he wants me to pause it. Yeah. And of course, this is when Ralph first leaves the pool hall.
Yes.
In a huff, and everything happens. The bang, all that kind of stuff.
This is like after that pool game that we've never discussed.
Never discussed.
Defies every rule of pool.
Yes.
I've heard of house rules, but that's ridiculous.
Those are Ralph rules. Here we go. Ready, kids? Trapped again.
Until he gets up there, and then he wants him.
That's not
trapped.
Right,
that's trapped in the train. But
trapped in the train, yeah.
Or he's hand-capped.
Hand-capped and trapped. The hand-capped trapped episode. It's going to be the name of this somehow. We're going to hand-trapped or hand-capped or
we'll do something
like that.
We'll play around with it.
Here we go.
What you did to my hand? Look what you did to my cigar! That settles it. I'm quitting. I'm going home, and I never want to see you again. You are the only man that can turn my stomach upside down.
Go ahead. There ain't a man in New York City that's strong enough to turn your stomach upside down.
Yeah, everybody listen. Listen here.
I heard a shot. Hey, what's it all about?
Oh, it sounds like a burglar alarm or something.
A burglar alarm?
Yeah.
I'll be back in a minute. Watch the place, will you, Norton?
Hey, Ralph, you out there when... What happened to you?
I got it.
What do you mean, Bob? What happened?
Right through the hat. Right through the hat.
Ralph,
I'm standing on a corner. I'm waiting for a red light to change.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, 2 guys come running out of the bank. They see me, and they take a shot at me. My hat flies off. Right through the hat, Mark.
Ralphie, boy, that could have killed you. Did you see the guys?
I got a little glimpse of them. Yeah, I know what they look like, all right.
Well, why don't you tell the cops?
You're right. I got to tell the cops right away. Wait a minute.
What?
I can't tell the cops.
Why not?
If I tell the cops, my picture will appear in the paper with my address and everything.
Oh, hey, that's right. That's right.
They're killers, Norton. They'll do me in.
Don't tell the cops nothing, because if the cops didn't know you were there, then the killers don't know you're there, and nobody saw you, and nothing happened.
I'm not saying a word. I didn't see anybody.
That's good.
I know they're going to get me, Norton. I'm scared.
I don't know.
I'm scared.
Just calm down. Relax. Look, it's getting dark out. 5 o'clock, 5:30. Nobody's seen you. All they seen is the dark outline, Maybe there's 1,000 people there built like you in New York City.
Outline.
You really think so?
Maybe 100 or... a couple, anyway.
Boy, oh boy, what excitement.
What?
The guys knocked off the watchman and made a clean getaway. And the cops can't find an eyewitness.
Okay. We're going to pause it right there.
Yeah, we're a little long, but that's probably should take it up.
Yeah, I'm sure you didn't mind listening to
it. Nobody ever minds listening to it.
Yeah,
It's
of course.
a great scene.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
Okay, so here's what we were discussing.
Hold on. First of all, who's the guy coughing there?
Yeah, if somebody's really coughing.
I was waiting for Bugs Bunny to pull out a gun and shoot the person like he didn't want to cartoon thing.
Maybe he's in the hall.
Dusty out in that hall. Excuse me, what?
Okay, so now here's what we were talking about.
Okay.
Now we touched on this last week with Joe. We were talking about the whistle. Remember, your observation was the whistle.
Was the whistle, right.
So got a good email from one of our listeners. Tom gave us this nice, what do you call those things when you put them in? Links?
Links.
What do you call them?
What do you call those things?
God. Oh, my God. And
it's like if it was the 70s.
Yeah,
what's that thing called? It's called the transmission.
Yeah,
everybody knows what they are, Lou. Automatic transmission.
I actually clicked onto it, so I got into it, so we're good there.
Oh, okay. You clicked the link.
Click the link.
Very good.
Okay,
very good, Lou.
So in the link was about cop whistles, and back in the day, what they did and what. So there actually was
protocol.
There was a exactly. It was a protocol for whistles. 2 whistles meant he needs help. 3 whistles meant this. There was an amount of whistles. Okay.
What if you're on Hollywood and Vine? Is that a different kind of whistle?
The wolves out there. The wolves. It's a cartoon.
Sorry.
A cartoon with a wolf. It's like great. So now we have, right, Joe, we have 2 shots. The whistle. Mm-hmm. Car pulls out.
Yep.
2 more shots.
2 more shots, right.
Okay, so now we were trying to, like, where are the shots?
Right.
Where are the shots coming from? Now, here's the thing. Everybody's intellectual juices flowing here.
Gotcha. Yep.
Okay.
Now, I can feel it.
Like we're all on forensic files here, trying to figure this out. Like Joe Kenda on the show. Maybe he'll call in. So we have 2 shots. Now, the first 2 shots we think could be them shooting the night watchman.
Correct.
Now that could be now, or they may have already done killing him inside the bank. We don't know that.
Right.
We still know. So we come out. We hear the 2 shots. So now we hear the whistle.
Correct.
So now, are these first 2 shots? Are they for the night watchman? Or are they shooting at Ralph?
Right.
We don't know.
We're not sure.
Now we hear the whistle. So now you hear a whistle.
Right.
That would mean to me that there's a cop right there, because who's blowing the whistle?
Right. Exactly.
Like
right.
you said last week, was it a volleyball ref?
It's a lifeguard.
A lifeguard. So it was the crossing guard waiting for the light to change so Ralph can
get
cross
out from the middle of the street. Come on. You're too far. Too far.
So then we hear the car pulls out. Marty steps on it.
Marty steps on it.
And then we hear 2 more shots.
2 more shots.
So who are they shooting at? Well, first of all, Bibbo gets away.
Right.
He just casually, I don't know, shoots his gun and just maybe walks down the street.
Just walk down the street. I'm just some vagrant walking down the street. Right. With a prosthetic nose.
On. And his big overcoat, looking like this ominous person walking down the street.
Maybe the second 2 shots are the cops shooting at
the getaway car.
The getaway car. Okay.
Maybe. See, we don't know.
We don't know this, obviously.
That second round of shots like really threw me.
Right. Yes.
Because they're saying like the first shots, who are they? The first 2 shots. Is that the night watchman?
Is that the night watchman?
Or is it shooting at Ralph?
It might be the one was, you know what? It probably was the shot for the night watchman you didn't hear.
Right, because that could be, that's obviously in the building.
Inside, maybe you just, you wouldn't hear it.
But then the burglar alarm went off. How would this burglar alarm go off? And first of all, where was the money? Like sitting out there in the hallway? They went in and now I gotta remember now this is 56.
Correct.
56, right? Banks are closed, not like today. Dusty out in
that hall.
Every transaction was done in person, up the window.
Correct.
Banks closed at 3 o'clock because they had to reconcile. Right, bankers' hours because they had to reconcile their day, which would take them to 5, 6, whatever. So banks, not like today, they weren't open. There was no drive-thrus. There was no this. And banks were bigger buildings back then because everybody had to do your stuff inside.
And Norton did say, "Hey, it's 5:30 right now."
It's 5:30. So that's right. So that's how we know it's 5:30.
Correct.
So they went in, knocked off the night watchman. And then all of a sudden, the burglar alarm goes off when? When they're leaving?
It must, I'm guessing they, obviously in the Honeymooners universe, somehow they broke in without setting the alarm, but on the way out,
it was like,
right, that's when the
alarm went off. So the guard's gone.
So now
2 shots. We have a cop blowing a whistle. So there's a cop there.
Right.
So why would they need Ralph to be the eyewitness? There's a cop there. If he's blowing his whistle, he's right there.
Yes.
Either that, he's got a really loud whistle. Yes, he's like in Bushwick or something.
Right.
And they're hearing it in Benson.
Right. Yes. And then I love how Pool Hall Harry comes in, and he's like, "What excitement!"
Yeah,
like really, somebody just died. I know we did a whole episode about the Night Watchman. How one thing we kind of forgot was in this episode somebody died.
We did that like the sitcom where somebody actually
died,
murdered.
The first special episode I think ever in sitcom history without that era about it, you know. But so now you have the 2 shots. Yeah. Whistle, getaway car, 2 more shots.
So
I'm guessing,
where are these shots? We don't know where these shots are coming from.
We don't. I mean, we're looking. Maybe they have the tiny little cones with the numbers on them.
Yeah.
Where the bullets.
Yeah.
Land.
You
know, like CSI.
Right. The shells.
Yes. Yeah. But so it's like, which one was the one that went through the hat?
Yeah, like Yeah, like which shot was that? The first round or the second round? So, but I'm saying, but the whole thing is that if there's the whistle, this is what got me thinking about the whistle last week. It's like, well, if there's a whistle and the cop is blowing a whistle, there's a cop there.
Cop right there. Yes. So you need an eyewitness.
Eyewitness.
The cop was the one that was shooting at them.
Yeah, and Dibbo is casually walking away. So we're saying, is Marty doing all the shooting here? Not Marty, excuse me, Danny. Is Danny doing all the shooting here?
Right. Marty maybe while he's driving, pulls the gun, out the window.
Out the window,
somehow.
one out the window shots.
Maybe they had a convertible top, a little rag top.
So anyway, that's our. Oh God.
And how about what?
Revisiting Trapped.
One thing I never noticed is when Ralph comes in and goes, and then Norton goes, What
do you mean, Baba?
Oh, wait, I want to play because that's just so funny.
Wait a minute. What?
Because it's just
I can't tell the cops.
It's a regular hum and hum.
All of a sudden, two guys come running.
Right.
What happened?
Ralph comes in.
Hey, Ralph, you out there when... What happened? What do you mean, Baba?
What do you mean, Baba?
What do you mean, Baba? There's no way that was in the script.
No, yeah,
you just know he was like, what do you mean, Baba? So funny. And then...
What happened?
Right through the hat.
He says right through the hat like 6 times. Yeah. Like that's the most important. Now, obviously,
it is.
He's in shock, but he got just shot at, and he comes back. Even though they shot his hat, flew off, he still was of able mind to go, wait a minute, I need to pick my hat up before I go running back to the pool hall after I just got shot at. But here, I'll let you play a little bit more.
Right through the hat.
Right through the hat.
I'm standing on a corner. I'm waiting for a red light to change.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, two guys come running out of the bank. They see me, and they take a shot at me. My hat flies off. Right through the hat.
Right through the hat.
Coffee, boy, that could have killed you.
Killed. I love that.
Did you see the guys?
I got a little glimpse of them. Yeah, I know what they look like, all right.
Look, why don't you tell the cops?
You're right. I got to tell the cops right away.
All right, now
I love Art Carney's reactions in this.
Oh,
it's so great and funny. Did you see the guys?
Did you see the guys?
I know I go gaga over Art Carney, but it's just ridiculous how awesome he is. But go ahead.
He said you got to go tell the cop. Yeah, I got to go to the cop. Well, there was a cop there. Why didn't you? Why would you run back to the pool room if you see a cop on the scene
blowing a whistle?
Shooting? Maybe, we don't know. We know he's blowing a whistle.
Yeah. He's because that's gonna stop two guys that just shot the night watchman.
Famous. Hey, you come back here.
Hey, you.
Okay, I'll be right there.
Yeah. Stop in the name of the law. And then the scene finishes out with the great Dead Men Tell No Tales.
Yeah,
what a great way to end the scene.
Yes,
and it's just so funny because we rip apart and if this is your first episode that you're listening to, they're probably thinking these guys are a couple of jerks. We love everything about this show, and we love this episode.
Yes. Oh God,
we're just having fun with it.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's so flawed. Yet so great.
Yeah.
Everything about it. The cartoonish way that the gangsters are, they're almost cartoonish.
Very cartoonish, yes.
It's everything about it, and even some of the physicality when they were back in the house with Ralph with putting the gun behind his back.
Oh, great.
And then we noticed that Norton put his hands up when he got the gun.
Yep.
Norton crossing his legs.
Tommy Monicati at the door with the water
behind
pistol.
the door.
This is great.
Yeah, and the thing is, we just can't
get away from this.
We don't plan on this.
No,
obviously.
we don't plan anything.
We're drawn to it like moths to a flame. We cannot help but getting drawn back to Trap, and we never. It's almost like when you talk about like some of your favorite episodes, like Pal of Mine and
Making Back,
Making Back in Mine with Brother Ralph, but Trapped. It's almost like how the Christmas episode. It's on
it's on its own plane.
Trapped is getting to that
getting
point.
There.
It's getting to that point because it's so flawed yet so great that it's almost on its own.
Like we always say, there's 38 plus the Christmas show.
Right.
It's going to be like
37
now plus the Christmas show
and
plus
Trapped. and Trapped. Yes. So, you know what? Your homework tonight is to just rewatch Trapped.
Rewatch
and
Trapped.
Just
try to give us we want your spin on the two shots, the whistle, and the car pulling away, and the two shot.
Yeah.
Just tell us what you think. Now, obviously, there is no right answer here. We don't know.
It's the Honeymooners universe.
There's never
it's our
right
universe.
Answer.
That's all it is.
Just know what you got to say about it.
And if anybody accidentally, we did find some people that accidentally found our podcast. But if you really accidentally found this podcast and you're not a huge Honeymooners fan, they're thinking these two men need help.
Yeah,
like they're mentally ill.
Mentally
ill. They're talking about this. But yes, so. Trapped again. And I'm not apologizing for this. All right, I refuse to apologize.
We need Trapped. It got us through 10 shows. Trapped, we'd be like fumbling here for material.
Yes.
Although, as one of our listeners says, Iris says, you'll never run out of material.
He's right.
He's 100% right.
He convinced me because I started to get a little weary. Like, you know what? We're gonna run out of. And he was like,
he said, no, you're not.
And he made it. He'll make a point once in a while where he'll be like, yeah. When you do this, that just shows you we're never going to.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
He's right. 100% right.
All right. Well, let's get to the final bit of the episode, and to me, it's Louis' favorite theme, and here it is.
And now, Tom, who is our first guest, please? Herb. Our first guest, ready to leap the first hurdle on his way to the $99,000 answer, is our
courier from Parsippany, New Jersey, Joe Conti.
My parents, they were there.
I hope you miss it.
My mother and father, they were there.
I hope you miss it.
All right.
I want to see your face when you miss it.
All right, I'm getting warmed up here.
Okay.
All right. Just
let me give you
limbering up.
Limber up. Yeah. There we go. Shoot out a few laps. The face. Cover the face. The face. Okay.
All right, here we go.
All right, so now this question's been prepared by Professor Walter Newman, as all questions are.
Yep.
Now we have a new category for Joe.
Oh, boy. What do we got?
One and dones.
One and done.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to name an episode, and you're going to have to tell me the one and done actors and actresses in that episode.
In the episode,
you see. We see.
I name the character.
Name the character who's one and done.
Okay. I hope it's not going to be that easy, because like when you think of one, I'm like, oh, really?
It's a good one.
Okay.
Ralph Cramden, Inc. There are 3 one and dones in there.
It's the Basham, the attorney.
No, that's Carson.
Carson.
Yeah, Basham's the butler.
Right. So it's Carson.
Mr. Carson.
Mr. Carson. Mr. Basham.
No, he's not one and done.
Oh, well, wait a minute. I'm thinking just. Oh, wait a minute.
No.
One and done. When the actor
you're in and you're out. That's it. That's it. One.
I got it. Okay. It's Carson, Mrs. Miss with an M, the Irish lady, Mary. Mary O'Sullivan.
Donald.
Mary O'Donnell.
Very good,
yes.
Joe. Very good.
Eleanor Rigby.
You got that.
I've been Mary O'Donnell.
Okay, got Mary O'Donnell. We have Mr. Carson.
Yes.
Who's the third one?
And I got the third. But it's the nephew. Give me initials.
RHB.
Oh, my God. Robert.
Go.
Robert Higgins. No, not Robert Higgins. Rob Halford from Judas Priest. No, I can't think of it. What is it?
Hilliard Bradley.
Robert Hilliard Bradley. That's right. That's a really good one.
Is that a good?
That's a really good. I love that.
Look at the size of this list of one and done.
God. There's like 20.
There is.
That was a really good one because you could have. But see, I'm thinking who are the guest? Who are the guest stars?
Yeah.
No. Just one time.
One-timers.
Because the butler was also in. I think two more.
He's the doctor.
He's the doctor,
and he's also another butler.
Yeah,
he's
the other butler.
Roberts.
Right, yeah,
Roberts.
that's right.
He's Roberts,
That's great. That is great.
There you go.
When did you think? I'm not even going to ask.
Look how old the paper is. I've had this.
It's actually wood, people. That's how old the paper is.
I wrote this in 1998.
Well, that concludes our episode number 60. In the books. Who can we thank? First of all, we're going to thank Silk City Hot Sauce, our pal Jeff Kingfish Levinsky, for his great product and sponsoring us. Go to silkcityhotsauce.com, put RX in a coupon code, get yourself 15% and a free bottle of cherry sriracha.
Homemade, pal. Can't
That's right.
How to say.
I
think I didn't say it before.
Yeah. Also, we want to thank everyone who listens, everyone who sends us emails, comments on Facebook, and some of you special pals, and you know who you are.
Yes.
Also, the great Facebook group, the Honeymooners Raccoon Lodge with Joy and Brother Norton. Also, if you want to check out my other podcast, The Conti and Kenny Show, which is on every Monday night on morelikeradio.com. You can check us out on YouTube, do all that kind of stuff. Also, I have my 1-hour comedy DVD CD called Happiness. You can download it anywhere you get music or comedy. Support me. I need money, and I need a career. But anyway,
the podcast ain't cutting it.
Yeah, the podcast ain't cutting it, folks. All right, I gotta get no cow pizza or something. You know, get a parking lot. I didn't know it was gonna be a drive-in theater. What can I say? Thank you, everybody, for listening. Episode number 60 in the books.
60.
And thank you, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
E pluribus raccoonum. Night all.
Good night. Good night. We'll have to do this again real soon.
How about tomorrow night?
This has been a non-productive media presentation. Executive producer Frank Hablawi. This program and many others like it on the Non-Productive Network is distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial No Derivatives license. Please share it, but ask before trying to change it or sell it. For more information, visit non-productive.com.